Hello everybody. If you don't know us, we are Jill and Cara from Movement Duets. Thanks for joining us here. We are best friends, we're business partners, and we've been in the fitness industry for over 15 years, and we're here to share with you today about SI pain.
Yes. So this year we both had babies, and while we were trying to conceive, we did a lot of research about what kind of exercises we should be doing during our pregnancies, and we realized that how you exercise during pregnancy is really freaking important. You really need to exercise appropriately during this time of your life.
Yes, and so what you do and don't do, like Cara said, is really important. We've become obsessed with the process, and now we're helping moms and moms-to-be, and that's our main business.
So speaking of what you do and what you don't do, today we're going to be talking about SI pain. So many new moms suffer from SI pain, and in fact some of that pain can even start during pregnancy.
If you don't know what SI is, SI stands for Sacroiliac joint. This is the joint between your sacrum or your tailbone and your hip bone. Most people describe this as low back pain.
Yeah, and 70 to 80% of the general population can suffer from SI pain, and this is because we do a lot of sitting and we don't move with enough variability, and I could literally go on and on about all of that, but that's for a different Facebook Live. But pregnant moms and new moms suffer from it even more because of a little something called relaxin.
And relaxin is not just what you do on the patio with a cold drink in your hand. We think we're really funny. Relaxin is a hormone produced in women's bodies when they become pregnant. So relaxin works to loosen or relax, hence the name, the joints so that the baby can make it through the birth canal. And if you're a breastfeeding mama, relaxin continues to be in your system until your baby is weaned. So honoring your body with loose joints is really important.
Yeah, so relaxin is loosening up your joints. Pregnancy is pulling your posture into extension, and then in postpartum, you're sitting to breastfeed, you're sitting to hold the baby more, and so your low back starts to get a little bit shifty. I'm almost 6 months postpartum right now, and I can feel how my SI joint is still a little bit shifty, and I can feel it sometimes when I do certain exercises, and then I can feel it sometimes just sitting.
And what most people do when they have pain, and especially back pain, is they stop exercising or they stop movement. Oh, thanks, Karen. Awesome. And that's partly right. You don't want to push through pain. You definitely want to stop doing things that cause pain. But pain is an indicator that something is wrong.
Right, and resting is not the solution. What happens with rest is that we rest, we start to feel better, and then we think that the problem has gone away. But when we start exercising again, surprise, it pops back up because we haven't ever really done anything to fix the underlying issue. And that's not exactly what we're talking about today, but there's a lot that we can still do during exercise.
So what's a mom to do? Cara's going to coach me through a few exercise variations that can take the pressure off of the SI joint and also strengthen the glutes. This is a big shout out to David Delanave. That's how you have to say it. For inspiring these exercises. If you don't know David Delanave, check him out at www.delanave.com. That's DELLANAVE.com.
Yes, he is Mr. Jen Sinkler. I refer to my husband as Mr. Turnquist.
You heard that right. We know who's in charge.
So, you know how much we love a good butt exercises, and so the glutes are not just your pelvic floor's best friend, but they can also do a lot to alleviate SI pain. So we're going to really get after them glutes today.
And for these exercises, you're going to need a light kettlebell or a dumbbell. If you don't have a kettlebell, you can even just put an apple in a sock, which is not an insult. It's actually a tool that you can use in place of a kettlebell if you don't have one. Stick an apple in a sock for some momentum, since a dumbbell is not going to work for some of these exercises that we're going to show you.
So we're going to do a prenatal and a postnatal version of these. So our pregnant mamas that are watching this, do not be heroes. make sure that you're listening to your body, and that pain is a sign that you need to do something different. So definitely listen to that. Yeah, so you might want to decrease your range of motion. Did you talk about the books?
No, we're going to show you the books.
Okay, so the books.
We're going to get started. So if you train with us, you know how much we love deadlifts. So we give all kinds of variations of deadlifts, and today Cara is going to be coaching me through a one-legged rotational deadlift. This is for the postpartum moms, and a two-legged rotational deadlift for our pregos out there.
Yeah, and this variation is really helpful because it takes some of the shear off of the SI joint, and it puts the pressure more on the glutes, and you're going to use a little bit more of what is called the glute medius, which is sort of the side of your booty.
So to show you the exercises, I got to put my hair up because it's about to get real in here.
That's right.
It's going up. I like that meme. There's a meme out there that says when a lady puts a pineapple on top of her head, you know shit's about to go down.
Shit's about to go down. Okay, so here we go. Here's Jill and the kettlebell. She is going to step her foot onto the foot that she's going to be deadlifting with. She's going to have the kettlebell on the outside of that foot. There we go. Okay. So this is a one-legged two-arm deadlift. So she is going to hinge and pick up that kettlebell with two hands, and then she's going to come up, squeezing through. So she's going to be getting a lot of work through the glute med as she does this. This is going to rotate her slightly just so that it takes enough pressure off of that low back, and she's still going to get a great hinge pattern and work the glutes. So
the books.
The books. If this is too low for you, you can add some books and put the kettlebell on top of that. This will decrease the range of motion so that you can still get the exercise in. Good. And you can see we're using Dr. Jade Tetta's Lose Weight Here book as an exercise implement. So if you're pregnant, we want to keep both feet on the ground. We don't want to be putting any extra pressure on that pubic symphysis. So she's going to place the kettlebell in the same spot, but instead of lifting that back leg, she's just going to lean her booty back like she's trying to put it against a wall back behind her, and squeeze up and come up. So those are your two variations here. Okay. Next exercise.
The next exercise that we're going to show you is a curtsy lunge. So you can do this whether you're pregnant or not. If you are pregnant, you might want to do this exercise without additional weight, or you might want to hold on to something like a chair or the wall for balance.
Right, pregnant moms, you're doing this one too. This is also a great exercise for the glute med. So all Jill is going to do is she's going to take a big step behind her and give a little curtsy and come up. Jazz hands, optional, but we highly recommend them. And
I feel like I'm doing it better when I do that.
Yeah, and this is a great one. As you get better and better at this, you can load this, you can pick up a kettlebell and hang on to it in a goblet position and get a little bit of extra work here. And our last exercise.
The final exercise that we're going to go over is the rotational kettlebell swing. Pregnant mamas, this one is not for you. It generates too much pressure throughout the core, especially after the second trimester. So for now, instead of doing this one, stick with the two-legged rotational deadlift that we showed you earlier.
So the kettlebell swing is one of those exercises that just sort of gets people. It's like an amazing burst of cardio. It gives you that huffy puffy sensation, but it is also one of the exercises that people tell us they can't do because it causes them a lot of back pain. So we want to be able to give it back to you so that you can incorporate it back into your workouts. And so again, just like we did before, we're just going to add a little bit of rotation. So what I'm going to have Jill do is she's going to set up just like she would for a normal kettlebell swing. And again, we're using a light bell. We normally swing with at least a 16 kilogram. This is 20 pounds, so significantly lighter. What she's going to do here is instead of grabbing on straight on, she's going to shift her whole body 45 degrees to the side. So from here, when she reaches out for that dumbbell, her body is at an angle. And this takes a little bit of time to get used to. It feels a little weird at first. So as she comes up, she's snapping her hips sort of toward her front foot.
Almost biffed it.
She almost biffed it.
That was a close one.
But she didn't. She held it together.
I got it.
She's got it. So when you do this, she's snapping her hips over that front leg. Her hips and her feet are at a 45-degree angle, and what it does is instead of that kettlebell swinging straight out in front of the body, it sort of comes out to the side. You're going to get a little bit more lat activation here, and it's sort of a nice variation even if you don't have SI pain. I did this the other day, and it was really fun.
Okay, so now it's your turn. We're going to wait right here, go get a kettlebell, or go grab a sock and stick an apple in it.
Stick an apple in it.
We could use that as an insult, but we really mean it. We really mean it. So I'm going to take you guys and Cara through a ladder. We're going to do 10 swings each time, each round. We're going to start with 10 deadlifts, but you can do lunges if you prefer on each side. But each round we're going to decrease that number by 1. So I'm going to take you over here.
Okay, we're starting with the swings.
Starting with the swings.
Okay.
All right, so she's going to do 10 swings on each side. Can you count while I talk?
Yep.
Okay, so Cara's going to count her 10 so I can tell you guys. So, pelvic floor. We haven't really talked about what to do with your pelvic floor during this exercises. So just like with every other exercise that we do, the pelvic floor contracts on the hardest part of the exercise. So you can hear Cara breathing out as the bell comes up. She's relaxing on the swing back, inhaling and relaxing the pelvic floor on the swing back, and she's exhaling and drawing the pelvic floor up as she swings out. She's doing a really good job of being huffy puffy so you can hear her. She's looking good. All right, now she's moving on to the one-legged rotational deadlift. Again, she is bringing the kettlebell to the outside of the foot. In case you missed that earlier, we're using 2 hands and 1 leg. If you are pregnant, we suggest that you do this exercise with both feet on the floor. Otherwise, we're one-legging it up. So she's showing you that version too. Back to work. She's doing the postpartum version now because that's where she's at. So again, what to do with the pelvic floor? She's inhaling and relaxing it on the way down. She's exhaling and drawing it up on the way back up. Again, listen to her breath. That's indicating what she's doing with her pelvic floor during that breath.
Blow before you go. Not just good for dates.
Kind of what got us into this mess in the first place, am I right?
It's just what you get with us, people.
We're real all the time. All the time. What are you on, 9 on each side of that?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. And
she's back to the swing.
Back to 10. Yep.
So if you're just coming on right now, this is a rotational one-arm swing. She has her feet and her torso and her hips all rotated 45 degrees, but the bell is swinging out right in front of her. It's kind of weird. If you have a lot of experience with a kettlebell swing, it's a really weird sensation at first because it's not the same as the traditional 2-hand or 1-hand swing. But we like to mix it up. All right? If you have any questions about these exercises as we're going along, let us know. We can answer them for you. Cara's going to keep doing her workout. I'm going to stay on with you guys for just a little bit longer to see if you have any questions about the exercises, about us in general, about pretty much anything. We like to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Ask us about the pelvic floor.
Ask us about the pelvic floor. Ask us about training pre- and postnatal mamas. That's what we do. That's my baby saying hi in the background. He's with Dad right now.
I think they need to see him.
Do you need to see him? Yeah, come here, buddy. Come make an appearance. Cara's going to keep doing her ladder. She's getting her workout done.
Yeah, I am.
And I'll demonstrate what a low back looks like when you're carrying a baby.
There's my baby.
Yeah. Not good.
Not good.
That would be extension.
There we go.
A lot of extension. So, we are lucky enough to have husbands who support what we do and help us out when we need it. We actually tried to do this Facebook Live last week with both babies, and they revolted big time. Like, they were both crying, they were both fussing. Oliver's older brother was getting in trouble. Like, it was real life to the max. And really, we would have kept going so that you could see our real life to the max. However, you couldn't hear us.
Right.
It was too much crying.
We thought that just maybe somebody would call CPS.
Yeah, it was getting a
Those ladies are trying to work and yell at their kids at the same time.
It was a little touch and go. A little touch and go.
Okay.
All right. She's back to the swing. So again, with the ladder drills, we love ladder exercises. They're just a fun variation for how to get a lot of reps in. So she started at 10 on each side, and then she decreases that number each round. So she is getting it. I originally was going to be the one doing the ladder, and now that I see her working, I'm glad that I'm not, because that looks like a lot of work. I did do a workout earlier today, but this looks crazy, right? Just getting it.
It looks fun.
It looked fun at the time. That's right.
My SI's feeling good.
That's right, yeah. So if you're just hopping on with us right now, we've been talking about different exercises that you can do to decrease SI pain or sacroiliac joint pain. A lot of people describe this as low back pain. That's where we feel it the most. So she's doing exercises that take the force off of the low back so she can do her workout. She's getting it.
Getting it.
If you missed it earlier, what she's doing right now is a rotational deadlift, single leg rotational deadlift. This is a postpartum version of this exercise. If you are pregnant, we suggest that you use 2 feet.
And the family's home.
And the family is home.
Come on in.
So we've got, this is Cara's older son, Diedrich, in the background here. We've got the dogs. Cara's going to keep doing her ladder.
Do you want to come
So,
say hi?
Give us a wave.
Hi, 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 hi.
There, and there's Cara's husband. We've got husbands, we've got babies, we've got dogs, and we've got Diedrich.
Right.
And kettlebells. What more do you need, right? We're getting it done. So if there are no questions, we're going to go ahead and hop off here. Thank you so much for being on with us and watching. If you want to make sure you don't miss any of our videos, make sure you touch the corner of your screen. There is a follow button so that you don't miss any of our stuff. Also, another cool thing that's coming up is our 21-day free 21-day Making Time for Mom challenge. It starts on Friday, which is my birthday. So if you want to give me a nice birthday present, I want you to sign up for Making Time for Mom. We're going to go over all things mindset, nutrition, workouts, you name it. We're going to cover it. We're going to show you exactly how we get our workouts done, even with the kids and family around, right? That's what we're doing right now.
That's right.
So anyway, we're going to get going. We will talk to you later. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.